Hello, Monday. Hello, everybody.
Hi everyone,
Hello.
Javi here. Wait, no, I have to practice his line or his how he says it exactly. And like, hi there, Javi here of Variable Play, and welcome to Open Game Nights.
Hey, you got it. You
Hey,
got
great
it.
job.
Yeah, just one stutter in there.
Great job. Hi, I'm Denmark, and this is my wife,
Eugene.
Rugine, and we have
Hello.
special guests.
Yes,
Okay,
as
I'll
you
do
can
my work.
see, everyone's in their best behavior.
Oh wow, look
No,
at that. Hi, it's me,
I
Keo.
wonder why.
You're awfully quiet.
no.
Keo's back.
Yeah, the legend.
We'd like to welcome Keo for joining us again. Thank you, Keo. And
You're
of course,
welcome.
Morgan and Roni. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so why I do my job for
Yeah,
Monday?
while Denmark let's those two people online know that we're on air, even though they might possibly be on the show right
It's
now.
like
So,
Monday.
Hey,
Nobody knows
we
we're gonna go
care.
live.
so we recently did an episode of us playing D&D, so we don't really have anything else to share about what we've been playing. So I'll toss the question over to our guests. So, Keo, what have you been playing recently that you'd like to share?
That's a very good question, Javi. Thank you for that.
Not scripted at all.
Not scripted at all. I've been playing what do you call this? The Forgotten Waters every now and then. New DLC coming out. Oh, it came out actually. So I'll be getting that. A new addition for an online quote unquote board game. Been playing D&D for real every Saturdays. Been playing
Nice.
some games with the family actually. The folks kind of like that Zatagy tile game because
What?
less
Which game?
Zatagy. It's a
Strategy.
Connect Four using tiles, but 4 players. So it's a whole new different level of a strategy when it comes to you know that old game where you put
Yeah, Connect Four.
yeah,
Right.
Connect Four, yeah, exactly, that's it. Imagine mo tiles, yun lang. So yeah, that's what I've been playing. Plus PC, the usual.
All right. Great. Thank you. Uh, Morgie.
Yep.
I'm gonna get
All
used
right.
to just using Morgie. What have you
Okay.
guys been playing? I mean, you ran through your list of the games that you guys have been playing together, but has there been any additions to the list?
Oh, not really. We haven't. Siguro the past two weeks or weekends, we hindi rin kami nakapaglaro kasi the first one, medyo nilagnat din kaming dalawa. But thank God it's not something serious. And then ayun, the last week, what happened last week? What did happen? Yeah, no, that was the week before. Yeah, we went somewhere, and then yeah, this weekend we just had naglaro lang ulit kami ng Glenmore 2. So tried to play games that are in our shelf of shame.
Shelf of
Shelf of
Shame.
opportunity. Shelf
Yeah,
of
that's a good
opportunity.
idea.
Yeah.
Well,
Hello,
awesome.
Aldo.
Hi Clint. Just saw the message pop up. The most important question, Rujin, what games have you beaten Denmark in recently?
Denmark, don't say anything.
Yeah.
What is that
Is the
face?
list that long?
we tried
Wala maalala.
we tried Everdell last week. She played it for the first time.
Our scores were close.
Yeah.
Close enough. 34? 30,
39.
39.
Oh, I thought your score was 4, Denmark.
No.
Denmark. Paano mo ginawa yun?
Hindi. Yesterday, we played, Mission Red Planet. Natalo ko siya.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wala akong pakialam kung hindi ako nanalo. Importante natalo kita. Yun. Di ba?
Priorities.
Second ba ako?
My life.
Third, tas fourth ka. Oh.
That's how we play in our household. No matter who wins, as long as they don't win, they're all winners.
Good job.
But that was a good game of Mission Red Planet. We were a full table, 6 players. It was cutthroat.
Oh, wow.
Everybody was trying to kill everyone or grab all those resources. It was a good game. It just so happens that it's difficult to run a 6-player, people asking you and you trying to explain everything. But it was a good game. I enjoyed losing.
And we also played
I bet you
Murder
do.
in Hong Kong.
Yeah,
Murder
there.
in Hong Kong.
That was our highlight for this week. I introduced my family for the first time the game Deception Murder in Hong Kong. And they were always saying, why did we just play this today? Why did you just bring it up today? So they enjoyed that.
Oh, that's good.
We
So
were
at least you're
6
sticking
players.
you're sticking to your play old games mantra
course.
and like just going through your collection, huh?
Yes. You'd be surprised that most of the old games that we have, at least the good ones, are really they still hold their own against the modern day the newer games. Like Morgan and Alhambra. He just discovered Alhambra this month.
Yeah,
And
Alhambra's
that was a
fun.
very old game.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
Just don't play the dice game.
Alhambra dice.
Avoid Alhambra the dice game. Avoid it.
Avoid it.
I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm saying there are other games.
Yeah,
Other games.
I think marami na rin kami nito eh. Yeah. I think marami na rin akong experience when it comes to the card game version and the dice game version. It does not play well with.
Oh, you better be happy Ron is not in this episode today.
Oh.
Man. We take you up on that. Because dice are just upgraded cubes.
Sorry.
Dun dun dun.
How can you make a cube better? Put pips on it. I stand with Ron. Cubes.
Fancy cubes.
Fancy cubes.
Yep, speaking
Alright,
of Ron,
cool.
he's not with us right now. He has personal matters to attend, but he'll be back soon. So
Yep.
he'll be back soon. Don't worry about it. All right. So we know it's a Monday, and this is a surprise.
Yeah, this is off the schedule, so most of the people who look for us on Thursdays, i.e., this person,
Our only audience.
so we're doing an episode on a Monday, which is just so out of our usual schedule. But you know what? We're gonna have
but
fun
this
with it. Today.
Thursday, yeah, this Thursday might be different because it might be family day for most because it's Holy Week and plus the lockdown that we have right now. So we hope you're still safe and you're all keeping safe and far away from the virus as much as possible. That's why we have board games that could help us get through this lockdown. and
And
hope
don't
that-
worry, if you're stuck
until we
with
can play
family
face-to-face.
on a holiday and need to kill time, you can watch the replay of this video. They won't mind.
Thanks for the pressure,
Alright.
Javi. Now we gotta make
Hey,
this
that's
good a
our motto.
video.
Ron's not here to save us.
Yes.
But we have great guests. We have Rogine, we have Roni, we have Morgan. I'm sure you all have your great inputs later for our topic. But before we get to our topic, we're gonna do something that we do
Yeah.
here.
it's game time. All right. Yep. Let me get everything set up here in my end. Okay. So we are going to play another game of Guess That Mini. You will be
This is
presented.
the last in your series, right?
Oh no, the list keeps going, but I just haven't prepared the next set. Actually,
okay.
today's gonna be a little shorter. We usually do 15 games, but now it's down to 10. You will be presented with the miniatures and some of the components of a board game, and you have to guess what the game is. totally just based on the minis of the game. Right? So let me share my screen.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Yep, Clint, you can binge watch previous.
All right, there. So
We don't know
Denmark.
if that's gonna
Denmark.
be
If
good
you're
or not, but at least
monitoring,
you can binge watch.
yes, that's right. That's exactly what
Yeah,
I was saying.
sure,
Thank you, Clint, for backing me up, man. All right, so this should probably be up
I'm not
on
moving.
our viewers' end by now. So please take a look at the miniatures.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. You haven't pressed share screen. I'll do it for
I
you.
am sharing.
There,
you go.
now you are.
Okay. That means
All right,
Denmark, the
waiting.
administrator, did not share the content. Not my fault.
You said you were sharing your. Never mind. Okay, they're seeing it now.
Okay. So these are minis from a board game. Can you guess the board game? You have
Oh
5
my
seconds.
gosh, I don't know what that game is.
4,
Philosophia.
3,
Assassin's Creed?
1.
No.
No guesses?
Spartacus. Spartacus.
Morgie,
That's not
any guess?
Pass? Ayan.
These
No idea.
are from minis
Oh,
from In the
name.
Name of Odin.
Hey Kai, hello. Thanks for joining. Kai tried. He said Kemet, but it's not. It's in the name of.
No, it's not Kemet.
Sabi niya.
Kemet.
Sabi na? Ba't di mo
Sabi.
sinabi?
Hindi ako sure kasi.
He
Okay.
almost got it. All right, next.
So we're only doing 10 today, so let's go to the next one.
What are those?
Mission Red Planet.
No, that's not.
Almost.
Red Planet.
Almost.
Almost.
Mission Red Planet.
Wala
Mission
lang
Neptune.
Guesses in 5, 4.
Wait,
Cute.
they just saw it right now.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. This is the count again. 5, 4, 3, 2,
I give
1.
up. I don't know what this is.
This
Scuba
is the
divers.
new edition of Mission
Oh,
Red
Are you
Planet.
serious?
No. Really?
Yun na.
What edition do I have? The MTV Music Awards one.
That's the
I think this is
original.
the first
That's
one.
the,
no,
no.
this is
Fantasy
the first
Flight.
one.
Yeah, that's the very first one. This is a re-edition when Asmodee took over.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Hey.
I didn't know there
Okay,
was
wish
a-
list. Wish list.
Okay, I'm selling my Mission Red Planet now.
All right.
Cool.
We
So
move
cool.
on to the next game. I actually threw this in as a curveball for Denmark, and it worked. Haha! Next.
Oh, that app-driven one.
Yeah, I see this always when you
Oh,
go to
wala pa
Data
sa
Blitz.
Data.
And when you go to Toy Kingdom, you always see this. Golem Arcana. Am I right?
Yon, Golem
Golem
Arcana.
You
See,
didn't
I
even
was
gi-
right.
You didn't even
The
let
one
viewers
The
guess.
one that you no, they saw it already. The one that you've shown, the MRP, was the first edition. That art was the first edition. The FFG is the second one.
Asmodee?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's bad. Yeah. It
Yes.
So, yes, this is Golem Arcana since Denmark spoiled it
Wait, so I was
By
right?
not-
It was Golem
by
Arcana.
not
All
letting
right,
people
cool.
guess. Yes, this is the game that has this special pen that's supposed to be like, I think it's a QR reader.
Kai tried.
Okay,
All right,
so
I got one.
next game.
Yay!
Hey, you know that game.
Ah.
You say you're undefeated too much in that game, huh?
That's the
That's DLC also. Oh, there. Now they see it.
They see
I
it?
love that yellow one.
didn't Finn just play this game
No,
a few weeks back?
we did. No, we did not.
So guesses in 5, 4.
Adrenaline. See,
three,
there. Clint
2,
knows.
1.
He played
Yep.
this a few weeks
It
ago.
is adrenaline.
Adrenaline. Bang, bang, bang. That yellow fig. I need to get that painted.
Will you now?
Yep. I just need people who are great at painting miniatures. What's
All
next?
right, let's move to the next one. Okay, we're at the halfway mark here. I'll have to
Wow,
zoom in
that's-
just a little bit.
that's
I had
so
to
big.
crop it. I had to crop the picture just so.
Oh, I know that.
The
Oh, yeah.
It's by
Godfather.
by Cool Mini or Nothing.
All right.
Now they
so,
can see it now.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a bunch of dudes with guns and
Roses.
hats
And roses.
and Paradise City, where the grass is green and the girls are pretty.
Take me home.
The fedora hats and all that, and
Right.
the Tommy
Yes.
Tommy
Look,
guns,
paper money.
that.
All right. And
Monopoly.
guesses?
Bootleggers, according to Ace. Hi, Ace. Thanks for joining.
Yes, it is bootleggers. Good
Bootleggers.
job,
No,
sir.
I was wrong. I thought it was Corleone's Empire.
We did that already.
I forgot.
What's with the voice?
I forgot.
Pulis ako.
Fade.
Huli ka!
You are not helping.
Are we rolling with this now?
No, that's going on the whiteboard. Okay, I just have to remember that. Next game. So, if you look for the images,
Si
it's
Clint
all-
may hugot. Hey, I think I know what
Yes,
this is.
Clint. Yes, we do know that. Oh, what's this? Oh,
This is a card game, right? If I'm not
this
mistaken.
is
Well, if you look to the right, there are cards, but I
Yes,
blocked like the logo.
But it originally came
Magic.
from a card game, right?
magic.
Guesses in 5,
Planeswalkers.
4,
Planeswalkers.
3.
Rise of the
Two,
Planeswalkers.
Magic
Something.
the Gathering.
This is Magic the Gathering,
See, Arena.
of the
Arena of the
Planeswalkers.
Planeswalkers. Almost.
Mhm.
Almost. I love that Jace Fig. This doesn't count, right?
What do you mean? This? No, that's why I showed the contents.
That should be something Planeswalkers. But not
Planeswalkers
Planeswalkers something.
Hey, I'll go with the something.
All right, we move on to the next one. So we are at, this is the 7th game.
I know this.
Oh.
Wait. No, wait. Yes, I know this. This is like Pandemic, right?
Oh.
Or
Hey,
is this the pick up and delivery version?
Yeah.
Max.
The one, yeah. Borderlands type.
Yeah. It's
So
either
this is probably already showing at our viewers'
yes,
end.
and no one's guessing it. So let's give them
Guesses in 5,
Hot Wheels.
4,
Unpainted.
Hot Wheels.
Matchbox.
Matchbox.
They,
Unpainted.
they have the decency to paint theirs.
Wait, let me take a stab at this.
Go.
Wasteland? Is this Wasteland or Defenders
Yes,
of the Realms? There
it
you
is
go.
Wasteland Express.
Wasteland Delivery. Wasteland
Express delivery.
Delivery. Wasteland Express Delivery Service. There you go. Someone got it finally. There's like Wasteland Express Delivery Service.
3 comments worth of it of the complete sentence. All right.
Wasteland Express is fine.
This is like the Futurama of board games.
This is actually a fun game, but I find it a little longer than it needs to be. But what's so nice about it is the organizers, the containers for everything, that when you open up the game, it is so bright and colorful, even though it's about the apocalypse.
Post-apocalypse, right?
Well, yes. All right, next game.
Cool. Ooh.
I
I have an idea. It's a zombie game, and it's 3
Well,
words.
good job, Captain
Yes.
Obvious.
Mhm.
Now it's time to guess which zombie
Yes,
game
I
it
know,
is.
I know. It's is this 3 words in their title?
Last Night Earth?
Is this Last Night on Earth? This is not Last Night on Earth. There, Clint said it, but that doesn't count.
yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Run,
to the
fight,
die.
die.
Yes, this is
There,
Run,
Fight,
Fight, or
fight
Die.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right,
Run
2 more
something or
games.
die. Run something or die.
Run something. Any decent Filipino will use the word ano. Yung ano,
Ano?
at
Yung ano
ayun.
something.
Nung Kwan.
yung
Kuan.
kwan.
One.
Run,
Yung ano,
Kwan,
yung ano.
or Die.
Kai
Run,
got it actually.
zombie
Run, fight,
side
or
daw.
die.
Zombie side.
And it's not zombie side. No, Abby.
This is
Consider it like a predecessor to that.
black. We call that
Black
the green
Plague.
tide.
No.
Black
Green
Plague.
tide. Black.
Plague.
Black
That's
plague.
Black Plague, right? What's zombie
Try
side?
try
Black
to go earlier before the zombie side craze. There was a game that drew so much attention towards like one of the first like really big crowd-funded board games.
Claustrophobia? 14 something something 18 19 20.
The one that you have. The
5,
dungeon crawler.
4,
Well,
3,
obviously it's a dungeon crawler.
2, 1. This is
Claustrophobia?
Myth.
No myth. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
oh, the one with the special map tiles.
And
Yeah.
one of the first ones to have like metal pieces like introduced as unlockable.
That's interesting.
Oh.
That's a hard game to collect. Ang daming
Oh
ano.
yeah, no, it's I don't think it's in print at all.
But they're always on sale, like Clint said.
Oh really?
Yep.
That's
On
interesting.
AM,
Yeah,
on
they're-
Miniature Market.
They're letting go of all of their supply. No one's buying it.
No, I think mainly it's because there's already been later implementations of the same systems. So, like Lord of the Rings has their own like game now. So, like I don't know, I think they're one of the
Good,
first
bad,
ones,
nothing
but
better.
they were like overshadowed by other IPs that have like more established fan bases.
D&D
Like-
adventure board
Like
game.
Gloomhaven is like pretty much it
yeah,
exists
right.
because of games like this.
What's that game? That's not popular, right? Gloomhaven. Anyway,
No,
are you finished? Do you have
What
one more?
is that?
one last?
All right, one
One
more.
last. Yeah.
I thought that was done.
That's Batman.
What?
It's a werewolf. Isn't this the hide and seek? No, it's not. It's different.
We did that already. Spectre Ops.
Yeah, that was actually the very first game that we did.
That's the very first one.
What is
Spectre
this
Ops,
game?
Second edition.
What is this game?
Okay, I
I have no
assume
idea.
that our viewers can see it now. So okay, I'll give hints. If you would look at all of these characters, and maybe if you'd consider them, maybe like part of a team. No
The
ideas?
others. The others.
Yes, it is the others. Wow, why did the image
Ooh.
compress? But yes, this is the others.
Oh, that's gonna come up later. Those types of games are gonna come up later on. our
The
list. But
others.
great
Right.
list. I
Yay.
think I got 3 out of 10. That was great. I hope.
I'm gonna have more. The list just keeps growing. I'm sorry, we have like pages of it. So
All right. So, speaking of those types of games, I know that there are reasons why we do not know some of the games that Javi has posted, and maybe some of those reasons will fall into the category of our topic today, where you're right in the middle of the game, and in the middle of the game while you are playing, you suddenly just realize, nope, this game is not for me. I'm gonna finish this game, but I'm not gonna play this again. Something like that. So let me share with you a few reasons why we have this topic. Because every Sunday, while everybody else is preparing their list, every Sunday we have family get together here at our house, and we're trying. I'm trying to lift up the I'm trying to get my family past the gateway type of games, and we tried playing Everdell. Well, this is after Mission Red Planet. After we played Red Planet, we tried Everdell. I set it up. As you can see, the tree is right here. Right there. Holy. No. Okay, so I
Wala
set
na
it
ay.
up.
No, there, fine. I'll take away the dash.
Explain
Underscore pala yun.
explained the whole game to my family and was patient with them even with the things that they do not understand. And after 2 rounds, my mom hands me all of her cards and tells me this game is not for me. I cannot play this game. So it got me thinking, what are some of the games that had this impact on us? Not specifically a game, or reasons, more so about reasons on why you think that so and so game is not for you, or you're not gonna like this game. Make sense, guys? All right. So,
Makes sense.
you guys have any caveats on your list?
Sure. I mean, based on the scenario that you explained, I've never come across a scenario of a game that I mean, even if I didn't like it, I finished the game. The only
you
exception,
will.
the only exception would be if the person who owns the game like had to go, or like, like if the game really just totally got canceled, or that it was taught so wrong that like, no, never mind, this never happened, and they put it back in the box. But so I don't
He
I
flashes
don't
that thing from the Men in Black series.
I don't have a
Never happened.
situation wherein I just like handed everything over and like, no, I'm not finishing this game. I've actually finished all of the
You will,
games
right?
that
But
come
you're not
to
gonna
mind.
play it again.
Yes, that's the thing. That's why we're prefaces in ourselves. Wow, I can't even form a good sentence. Okay, we preface this by saying that these are game experiences that we've had. So that's why I'm not gonna talk about a game I haven't played. Like,
Right.
even if the game doesn't look appealing, I've never played it. So I'm not going to judge the game just solely based, let's say, like, oh, the art didn't look
On cubes.
interesting.
No.
That might be a category for other people, but my
just didn't like it.
caveat is that I played the games.
Okay, that's good. Hello, Michael Van Sopranis. Thank you for watching. I have the monitor here. Also, the people that you played with does not count in this topic, okay?
Yes, it's about the game.
Oh, I hit a lot of people. That's okay.
You don't say that I don't like this game because this so and so was playing with me, or this so and so thought this game. That doesn't count, okay?
They won't let me
Delete
win.
number 5. Delete 5. Delete.
Delete, okay. Delete everything now.
No, okay.
Repeat.
Clint makes a good point that, okay, some people do use like art as a means to make a
Yes.
decision if they like the game or not. Okay, but as I said, we're already in the situation that you're already playing the
Playing
game.
it, right.
So okay,
You're in
like,
the
if it
middle of
just
the game.
didn't look appealing, then that really is your decision.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just saying that that wouldn't be a factor for me in choosing the games for today's topic. It's more of that I'm already in the game.
Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly. Okay. We got that, Kyo. Caveats, none. Morgan,
Yeah.
Ronnie,
No
none.
problem.
Good. Okay. Who's gonna start? You want to start, Abby?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. So specifically, one of the things that I really don't like with some board games is when there's a there's a mechanic added into the game, which they're aiming for something, that they want it to be thematic, or that it's a catch up mechanic, or whatever it may be. But there are just some games that force a mechanic into it that is just so broken, or pulls away from the experience because it makes absolutely no sense to me. And then it just kind of spoils the experience.
Mm-hmm.
Like one game that comes to mind recently, Ron, Denmark, and I got to play The Pursuit of Happiness.
I can remember this one. I know
Okay,
his complaint.
it's actually a fun game, but it has this horrendous mechanic of an aging system of as you play, your character gets older and older, and you might hit a particular point in the game that's supposed to be the end game. Let's say that there are 10 rounds of the game. The game actually
Just
ends at round 6 or 7. But some players might be lucky enough to get 2 whole rounds with you not playing. How is that fair to anyone else at the table? Like,
Because
okay,
they eat vegetables.
count up your final points.
They
And then just
exercise.
wait for another 15 to 30 minutes while I continue to play. It's like you don't do anything in this downtime. It's being done in front of you. They still get to play and you don't.
See, Clint makes a good point. It's not based
No,
on luck.
that's the thing.
Based
It's
on...
okay. It's based on your lifestyle because there are certain cards that will allow you to prolong your life in the game, which only one showed up in our game. One.
I think I
So
got that
only one player got an extra turn, and everyone else just died and counted up their score. Unless this is openly given to every player, look, everyone has an option to live a healthier lifestyle, right? If you want to make it thematic and realistic, make it an option. Just like games that have like a moral system of choosing good and evil, sure, you take whatever path you want. But if the other path is never presented, it makes absolutely no sense.
you see how Javi's not gonna play this again.
So I would play it if it could be maybe, I don't know, improved or like a variable rule could be added into it. It's just a matter of my balancing. That it's just so dumbfounding.
I have no words to describe.
The game
the
game allows you to choose a job and you can go to any level you want. So you can jump straight off into like a director role that would be level 3 and has so much upkeep and cost. But if you decide to progress and use the natural way that the game was designed to do it, and then there's no level 3s for the job or career path you chose, you're out of luck.
But
That's it.
it's not. We're not trashing the game. The Pursuit
No,
of
I
Happiness.
no,
it's a
it's
really
just-
good game. It's just that there's this one
It's
thing.
fine. I'd play it again, but basically, there are games that have these rules. I'm using it as an example. Like I
Right,
can
right.
even go into my favorite game of all time, Century Spice. How you could be robbed and deprived of a game-breaking engine, and everyone else just has to hate draft this one player because they got so lucky to have 2 cards that guarantee anything they want in the game. Fun stuff.
Ronnie was saying something while Javi was explaining earlier. You were saying something. You wanna chime in on this one?
No, I was just asking Morgan yung exercise. I think it's on the cards, based on the
Yeah.
cards.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
We
fine.
got jogging,
One. One
eating
showed up.
vegetables,
One.
exercising.
One. One. And the player who taught the game got it immediately.
Now that's unfair.
No, it's fine. The thing is, I'm not going to put it on the hands of the player. I'm not going to put it on how it was explained. It's more of that. It's a mechanic in the game that turned the whole experience off for me. I mean, that's exactly what the topic is. But that's fine. There are just certain things that people throw into a game because they want it to be interesting. Like, oh, there's spoilage. Oh, you have to feed your family, or else like I just played Stone Age the other day. If you can't feed your tribe, they eat your resources. It makes no sense for them to eat gold and stone, but it happens.
If you're really hungry, right?
Okay. All right, before Javi trashes every game made ever, Morgan and Roni, your list. You can share or you can have one each. It's okay. One each
Yeah,
is okay.
I'd like to add I'd like to concur with Javi. I had a similar experience, a very similar experience with Everdell. Actually, ganyan din si Everdell.
Right, I agree.
There
I
can be
agree.
someone, everyone is finished, and then someone is still doing the combo.
Yes.
So
If they get
walang,
lucky enough and get the right cards, they're gonna go on forever.
yeah, yeah.
Our audience ka.
Parang tapos na kayo, okay, ikaw, yung ginagawa mo. And then you were waiting for a pair, and it never showed up. Kasi whenever,
is this the husband and wife?
No, it's
Yun yung
probably,
pinakamarami, yung
it's
husband and
probably
wife,
one
eh.
of the
And the
jobs
farm.
that needs a location.
yeah. So yeah, I just had a similar experience. It's just funny na, yeah, it's a different game, but similar experience.
Right.
Yeah,
that's
that's right.
exactly what we're talking about. Those things that turn you off in this game. Okay, good. You guys, your entry, your things that turn you off while playing a game.
I'll go first. Although hindi naman talaga ako yung nagsiset up ng games. Si Morgan din usually parang, okay, set up ka
PT.
muna.
PTU, bro. PTU. I feel you. I feel you.
Set up
Game
ka na,
setup.
ka muna ako, ganyan. Pero what really turns me off is a game that's very difficult to set up, but it's very simple. Like,
Very simple.
yeah, like
What's
I
that
think
game?
Mas matagal pa yung setup sa game.
Hey,
Yes.
Orleans is exactly that game. It's hell to set up Orleans.
Yeah. You have
But
to
it takes you
stash
20
your-
minutes to play that game. 20 or 30 minutes to play that game.
Yeah.
Okay, go on. Sorry,
Well,
Ronnie. Go on.
I don't consider Orleans to be that fiddly. I mean, even the giant tree of Everdell seems more of a chore.
No, Ronnie was saying setting it up.
That's
there are
right.
a lot of pieces,
Building
right?
that, just like if you had to build the wingspan birdhouse every game, I'd probably lose my mind.
Go on, Ronnie.
They had to make it 3D, huh?
yeah. An example of it is I think yung Eldritch Horror. Kasi ang dami mo kailangan i-set up.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Yun lang din yung
Totally.
gagawin
Arkham
mo.
Files.
Parang you will battle, then assess, and everything. Pero, ang tagal set up
But
mo.
you know, funny enough, Eldritch Horror is actually a streamlined version. Because Arkham Horror
Arkham Horror.
is
Yeah.
the worst.
It's so
Even
bad.
Mansions of Madness is a hell to set up too. You have to
Well,
search.
yeah, actually.
Even
well, I
with
think
the
when
application,
you're
yeah.
going into big box games, you kind of have to be prepared for that. But yeah, I mean, I totally agree that it can definitely be like when somebody's setting up the game and they open the second box of stuff to add in,
The second
and then the
box.
third box, like these are the bosses. Like, are we really playing this game?
It's a big game. Wanted all the monsters.
and then Clint brings up this thing that yes, you're gonna set up, you're gonna read the rules, and then you're the one who's gonna pack it up together because you know
Yeah.
the technique.
Yes, tama.
You know.
Oh, yes.
There's no other way how to
I
put it
feel
back
your
in the
pain,
box.
man, but it's part of the business. That's like my rising sun. I forced everything into one box, and I'm the only one who knows how to put it back as one box.
A game within a game. All right.
How to put it back.
Cool entry. Morgan, you have your own?
Siguro, ako, for me, it's kind of challenging to articulate this, but there are games that are limited luck-based decisions or luck-based game that give you limited decisions.
That's two on my list.
Okay.
Wait a
Example
Go
minute.
on. Just go on.
Yeah, I'm okay with games like Castles of Burgundy that are based on dice, and then your decisions mo is based on what the die values are. But at least it has options on like if you have no move, okay, just get siguro a worker. It's my first entry and lower on my list. I admit there are games na somehow breaks that rule. Pero games like Catan, Merlin, yan yung mga games na, sobrang luck-based na and then limited decisions pa. Like, another thing is Hail Hydra. So if you're playing Hail Hydra, if you have limited cards but you want to do this, but that card does not allow you to, it frustrates me.
Does Dark Moon count? Board Game Express, the one that
No,
you're rolling
Dark
dice
Moon,
behind
Dark
your
Moon, you
shield.
still have options, but the thing is, you can ask for help from the table. People can contribute.
But if you roll sucky rolls, then your decisions are limited.
No, but then you get accused of being the
Exactly, your
traitor.
decisions are limited.
No, so that's why I mean, if you're terrible at your die rolling skills and you're only contributing one die.
Wait, there's a skill in rolling dice?
No, like if let's say you roll really low.
All
No,
the
'cause
risk. All the
remember,
risk.
you have more than one. No, you have more than one, which means that you get to choose between the dice. Now, if they're all the same result, that happens, I guess. But you technically have a skill of selecting one and trying to sell or defend yourself. That you're like, guys, I'm sorry, this is what showed up.
Yes, traitor, we understand what you were saying.
I'm sorry, I played these games, so hidden roll are fun. Denmark's just bad at them. No.
I'm bad at dice games. I keep on saying that. All right, thank you. Those are
All right.
two scratched out of my list already. Yeah. All right, Kyo.
I don't know if it's exactly what Javi said or what Morgan said, but it's simple. It's similar. I wrote here that one OP card that makes that one player win by a single point.
All right.
Right. It quote unquote balances the game. Like, okay, if you're way back and then you finally get this card, it gives you an advantage. And like, what? What if you're in the lead and you get that card itself? And everyone's in the on what? Left behind in the dust.
Yes. Yes,
So
that's what I said. Runaway leads.
Exactly.
Where there are
So,
no ways for you to catch up.
Similarly, as what you guys said, yeah, that one OP card, and it's usually a card. It's usually that
Usually
one
one
instructions that's not in the rule book. And you're like, wow, this could happen.
And it shows up on the game that you're playing. Of
Hey,
all
it's-
the times it's gonna show
It's
up.
good if it happens to someone who's just learning the game. Yeah, why not? Sure, let them enjoy it by winning just like that. But for people who've been playing over and over again, and you're like, oh, that card, you have that card. Okay, I quit.
But then again, you can prepare for it, right?
Some games you allow, some games you don't.
Yeah.
Again,
It's-
it's random. It comes out, diba?
yeah. When it shows up and you're not ready for it, you're like, tough luck, man.
Hands up. You're like, okay, forget it. I give up.
Yeah,
All
one of my experiences for that always shows up in deck builders. They always put like one of those super rare things that does something that no other card does. Like, oh, this one gives you an extra turn. You're like, what? Why does that exist?
Right.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
Clint chimes in and he says, a game that plays itself, you just roll the dice and resolve, draw cards and resolve. You don't really affect the game. It's like pre-planned. It's right there.
What game is this?
That's a book.
Please,
That's a book. That's a game book.
That's an adventure game.
Adventure book.
Choose your own adventure.
With dice, yeah. Clint and I know that so well. Like, hey, I kill you. That I have to turn to page this. No other options. Yeah, I have to pay. I kill you and I turn page like that. Okay, sure.
All right. Your turn.
it might
What would
be a
be
game
on-
I want to get. It could be a potential heirloom.
We're not doing that today.
You have a point, Tavi.
Oh, hey, babe. What's yours?
Namimili ako sa lima eh.
Maybe you can do the first one. Yeah.
Alam ko, top 3 lang tayo.
It's a good thing we had 5. Like, two of mine have been scratched
I had
out
4,
already.
so I'm okay.
Sa akin mukhang wala eh.
Go.
Yung my first is, I don't like games that tend to have an alpha gamer.
Co-op.
Oo.
Co-op, okay.
Oo, yun. Oh,
Okay.
see? Alam nila agad na ayoko ng co-op. It's, di ba?
Few points at Denmark.
You really know me, guys.
Share your experience. Why did you write that down?
Kasi kaya nga ako naglalaro eh. 'Di ba? Para ma-enjoy ko yung game. Pero parang pag naglalaro
Utusan.
tayo ng co-op tapos may isa na, hindi, eto gawin mo. Babe, eto yung gawin mo.
Quote unquote, babe.
I totally agree.
Babe, dito ka pumunta. Tapos sasalubungin kita dito. Oh, ano yon? Pandemic. Ibibigay ko sa'yo to, tapos ikaw pumunta ka doon. Ganon, parang, okay. Pero, paano kung ito yung gusto kong gawin? Siyempre, pipilit ko, meron akong gustong diskarte, diba? Tapos, ginawa ko yung sakin. Tapos, nagkamali.
I'm interested
Sasabihin
in
nung
this story.
alpha gamer, di ba? Sabi ko sa'yo. Hindi ako narinig ka sa akin. Naglaro pa ako.
You know what? I totally agree with her sentiment because I've been in tables of co-op games with people that, like, it's like they don't want to make a mistake or that they're unsure, so they're gonna ask the table like, what should I do in my turn? How can I help? That, embracing the teamwork thing. Well, there are other people that they did not ask for suggestions, and then you're gonna jump in and tell them how they're gonna run their turn. And it's player type. That's why you can always offer that. May I make a suggestion? No, I know what I want to do. Let them have their turn.
Mhm. That is so true.
Alam mo, masama pa dyan?
Mm.
Masama pa dyan?
1, 2.
Yung mga kalaro pa namin na iba, hindi, Rouge. Gawin mo nga yung sinasabi niya. Enabler! Sabi ka, alpha gamer?
Alpha group. Alpha group. Maging alpha group.
Alpha group sila,
See,
tapos ako.
you need to play semi co-op. You need to do like Dead of Winter or Dark Moon
She
and
loves
stuff
Dead of
because
Winter.
Ay,
every
yun.
time you hit that situation of an alpha gamer, you can just always throw the traitor card in. Like, don't listen to him. He wants us to fail.
Hello, James Rob. Hello, Ron. Ron's watching us.
Okay. Back to best behavior.
The PG filter is back.
Eugene loves Dead of Winter when she's the traitor. But when she's not, she doesn't play it seriously. She's like, oh yeah, do whatever you want. Tell me what you want me to do.
I got gasoline here. Why there? There's no gasoline there. Gusto ko dito eh.
wanna drink
Walang
beer.
gas dyan. Walang gas.
And ever since then, we never played co-op. Babe, let's play. Anong mechanic niyan? Co-op. Ayoko na.
So, hindi lang pandemic. Basta, siya, full co-op siya, ayoko na.
But from that, I learned to just let her do whatever she wants. And then just try to do contingency plans because you know it's gonna fail. But don't mention it.
You should try the
Parang
reverse.
iparealize mo na lang sa akin na mali ako. Para ganun.
You should try the opposite. Not co-op games that have like a small traitor or competitive like mechanic. Do the opposite. Full competitive game that you're forced to cooperate in the end. Game of Thrones.
She did that to me. Remember that last episode, the memorable.
No,
memorable days?
not your Cosmic Encounter version. The real Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Like
the
every
3
end
hour
of
game.
round, you all have to work to fight the wildlings at the wall.
You have to,
Yeah, I'm not helping you.
like, you're richer than me. Here, I'm giving 0. It's your problem now.
Here's Ron. I don't like games when it's co-op, but apparently one decides that they want to be the social traitor, pretending they only have a single resource, but behind the camera they have all sorts of. Are we still
That's
talking more
that's,
games?
meron akong gusto
that's
man.
Dead of Winter, man. I played
Oh
a
yeah,
game
yes,
of Dead
yes.
of Winter
Yes,
with
that's Dead of
a
Winter.
full
Correct,
hand
correct.
of medicine. Like, I can give one.
He'll say, "Oh, this is my only one. This is my only one. I'll give it."
We
now.
need to feed the colony. You're all holding +2 food. I only have one food. That's all I can contribute.
That's how you
All
play the
right.
game.
Ron's board
Denmark,
game is Dead
what
of
what do
Winter.
you
My-
have on your list?
You guys got the runaway lead. There are some games where when someone jumps off into the lead, there's no way that you're actually gonna catch up with that guy. And then there's also that random dependent thing where most of the games are decided by someone who doesn't have that much skills and draws the card and hey, I win. That's like crap. All skills out the window. But my number one entry will be Theme Disconnect.
There.
Uh,
So that kind of touches what I mentioned a while ago.
Yes,
that
but
it's
I wanna
something in there that just doesn't make sense.
right. But I want to expound on this one where let's get Javi's all-time favorite game, the Birds game, where
Wingspan.
you're collecting
Bird
eggs.
games.
You're making them lay eggs, and then a card says offer up an egg so that you can play this card or you can get this resource, and you're gonna get it from some random bird. And it's like, hey, I need your egg. We're gonna use this for other resources. It's like, how the hell does that fit in the theme? You're asking other birds to produce to produce resources for other types of birds or just to be eaten. There are good games that you can let it slide, but some games really just ruin it for you when there is this thing that you
cutthroat
have
world
to
of
be,
birds,
that
man.
you have to do, and then there's this disconnect. Like, okay, that doesn't make any sense, but okay, sure, okay, why not, right? It sours the experience for me. So after that, I think Smash Up is one of those games that I can recall. I'm sorry. They don't make sense when they join together. Some of the combinations are
Isn't that the whole
The
point?
levels, no,
Zombie
the
alien.
levels of awesomeness that they bring causes a place to explode.
It's like,
Diba?
plant zombies. Okay, sure. Why not? Ghost zombies. Huh?
Kitty cat zombies. Hey,
Kitty
that's
cat zombie.
powerful.
I'm like, okay, fine, sure, whatever.
But
It
I
becomes
think
silly.
that was kind of a point of the game, the whole smash up that you take
I know.
two teams and force
the
them
whole
together. But yeah, there are so much that don't make sense.
They
Granny
don't make sense when
robots.
zombie robots. Like what? Okay, so my entry is Theme Disconnect, and now we go to Javi again for your.
All right. So
second
this may not be in anyone else's list. This is a little bit more well, not necessarily personal, but because I find myself teaching a lot of games, one of my pet peeves that really kind of turns me off from certain games is the rule books. Specifically, how the rule books are written. You know, like, have you ever been in that game that even the guy who taught you the game is confused, and then you guys are like flipping through the rule book
How many
while
times have we
playing?
done
Like,
that?
no, I can find it. No, wait,
How many
wait. So the game like grinds to a halt because someone didn't understand something.
And then you can't find it in the rule book.
It's
You go
not
on BGG.
anything to the person who taught the game. It's not anything to do with the players. Like, I have some in my collection. Like, I love Jamaica, but holy crap, they designed it like a map, so you have to unfold the whole thing, and it takes up the whole table. It's just, it's simple enough, but it was just designed poorly that I wouldn't wish it upon anyone else. Arkham Horror, it kept referencing pages and chapters that you would jump back and forth through the manual, and sometimes it didn't even answer your question. That I actually learned the game from watching it on YouTube instead. So it's a game. It's a pet peeve of some games that when the rules are just horribly done. Even okay, well, it's also again it's personal. Even when I find a typo, it's just like what?
Typo? Oh my gosh.
It exists. There are games that have that.
I know,
You didn't even bother to proofread your manual.
I think games that are not originally English by design have lots of typos on the rule books.
Oh
Plus,
yeah,
I
well,
think it's in their translation.
translation is fair enough. Okay, but I mean, if it was like a direct translation, that okay, maybe they could have gotten a real translator to do that. But when you have like games that they explain something to you and like, oh, we'll cover it later on page 18, and then when you finally get to page 18, you're like, what? It didn't actually do anything. Like, no, I still don't know what you're talking about.
and then a couple of times it happened to us. We went to BGG looking for that same rule, and no one also figured it out.
Yep.
That's the most annoying thing.
So it's like I don't know. I mean, maybe it's specific to people who teach or facilitate the games, but it's like for me, from my personal experience, that's one of the things that after I read the rule book and I teach the game, hopefully it's fun. Otherwise, just like I don't want to teach the game. So if I find myself in a situation where I want to bring games or something, I don't bring it. So I don't want to have to deal with that rule book.
All right. Hello, RL Rojas. Thank you for watching. All right, Clint has his second entry because he was supposed to be here, but something's bothering him.
Yes.
And he has to take a rest. So Clint says, too much take that cutthroat element. You spent 5 gold to gain an item, then a player just steals that item from you. You spent 5 turns building your monster, then another player decides to provoke a baby and your monster is gone. What? What game is that? Provoke a baby?
Is this your game, Clint?
Is this the one that you're trying to develop, Clint?
No, but you know what? That kind of goes back to Smash Up. That it is technically designed to continuously be butting heads with each other.
Yeah.
And there is a possibility of you spending a turn to build the board state, and by the time it goes back around to you, you're not in the game anymore.
Right. You're gone. Right.
Like,
That was a good point too. And I think that also falls under runaway leads where the leader just has that much power. I think that's the same with Betrayal and House on the Hill where there are runaway leads. Oh, there, Bears versus Babies. Never play that game again.
oh man, that sucks. Yeah.
Hey, Luvin. Luvin chimes in and he says Fort. What? Fort is that game?
Fort. We played
It's a
Fort.
good game.
Yeah, Fort's
I love that
okay. But yeah, there is a way that it did kind of happen in our game. That's why we had to hate draft
One and a
Ron, because he kind of like got like 2 or 3 cards together that would have been really, really strong. But we identified it and stopped him. I think there are games that if you leave a player to his devices, he will steamroll you.
Yes, there are a lot of games that are like that. All right, good entry, Morgan and Ronnie.
All right, ako muna. Okay. Your next go is okay. What turns me off on a game is slow progression. Like the game runs for say mo ng 90 minutes and still you're still like doing the same thing, and it's supposed to like improve or somehow strengthen your engine or whatsoever.
Mhm.
One game for example here, which I'm going to also connect with Denmark with it in terms of thematic disconnect and the slow progression is Dice Hospital. Have you played that game?
No, because
Okay.
it's slow progression. No.
Yeah. So yeah, you are just building your hospital, more worker placement spaces, pero it's just like doing the same thing. And the thematic disconnect there, which connects to Denmark, is kasi sa Dice Hospital, mas malaki yung points mo kapag in a turn, mas maraming patients kang i-check out yung turn doon, or yung
Check
lalabas
in or
ng
check
hospital. Yeah,
Check
check
out.
out, something like
Check
that.
It's
out.
like a bill.
Yeah.
Can we have a check,
So,
please? Yeah,
ang
get check
thematic
out.
disconnect doon, parang, yeah, you're the owner of the hospital, and then like, it's like you're saying, oh, wag muna natin i-check out yan, ipunin muna natin silang lahat bago natin check out
Oh,
yung
that's
mga patient.
cool.
It's like disconnect, parang, you're a hospital, di ba? You wanted to
You want people
get
to go
your
out
patients
quickly.
healed. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Pero you're waiting for an exact turn to have a bunch of patients going out to get more
Who-
score.
Who designed Dice Hospital? Is it Filipino?
Grabe ka naman.
What? Where are you going with this, sir?
Nothing. Wait.
I'm thinking.
Based from experience, there are some hospitals who really would do that on purpose to delay
PGH,
you.
the board game.
I didn't say anything, and that's not the hospital I was talking about. But to
Siguro,
Morgan's
Yeah,
point,
and
it's
yeah,
a
and
big
then one,
disconnect, right? It bothers you while you're playing it.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be
Yeah.
out right now. Why are they still here?
exactly. So yun. Tapos yeah, regarding yung sa may slow progression, one of examples then if you guys have played Underwater City, something like that, that really runs so long, ang tagal nung game. It's an engine building, pero it's not, hindi ko ma-feel din masyado yung engine building niya. It's like you're just creating buildings just to get more produce or to produce more resources, but it's still the same thing. So yeah, so that those are the games that turns me off. Hence,
Is
That it's
Underwater Cities better than TM?
Oh, you want to go there?
No, no, no,
That's a question on
because,
everyone's mind, man. Is
no,
better than
because
TM.
correct me if I'm wrong. Underwater Cities play similar to Terraforming Mars.
actually, I personally would disagree. I would disagree with that. It somehow plays similarly with Energy Empire. It's because
I
of the
should say
same
that.
color mechanic.
Mhm.
If Underwater Cities has this mechanic na when you place a worker, let's say on color red, and you have a red card, and then you play that color with the same color where your worker went, you can activate that. So somehow it's not exactly the same thing, but it's similar to Energy Empire with terms of the color. That's how I. But in Terraforming Mars, siguro mas feel ko yung pagiging engine building ni Terraforming Mars compared to Underwater Cities, because Underwater Cities somehow it limits you on number of cards, activated cards, like you only have 4.
Mhm.
Terraforming Mars you can have a lot. So the thing lang with Terraforming Mars, ang hirap niya nang
Manage
i-monitor
pag
if you have a
mahaba
lot, i-manage.
Right.
So but both games I don't have na sa collection, but if I am to choose which one to play, I would play siguro Terraforming Mars.
Mhm. Hello, Wilson. Thank you for joining. Thanks, Morgan. Thank you for supporting my entry.
No, but I agree. I'm trying to think of a game that has that kind of slow progression. There are a couple of games like worker placement games. Let's just say, for example, like Lords of Waterdeep. I really would prefer to play it with the expansion, the extra intrigue cards and plot cards that give you bonuses, because otherwise you're literally just getting people, sending them for points, getting people, sending them for points.
it's
Like,
monotonous
other
and
than just
robotic.
accumulating victory points, like, what are you doing? At least like Champions of Midgard has you making sets, or that you're like purchasing boats and getting resources, that there's a little bit more happening. When they introduced more of the plot stuff, things that produce extra resources when you do certain things, that you actually feel more progression. So yeah, there are games that are just repetitive for repetitive sake, and then you're like, what now?
I'm doing the same thing over and over. Right.
I think
Great
okay lang
entry.
yung repetitive if given a certain period of time. Pero like if repetitiveness that lasts for 2 hours, that's
You gotta be in the game. Those aren't just people. Those are
I'm
adventurers.
s-
Black Cube.
repetitive for 2 hours, sir. I think you call those euros.
Oh.
I agree. Heavy. That is point. Oh, Ron.
Kio
I
and
would admit
Javi
some,
are Ameritrash players through and through. Most games are loops, but you feel the slog if the game is unable to empower you to do
Yeah,
things
exactly.
better.
That's right. If there
Even if you
isn't
have to
any
do things
additional
more.
thing that you gain or helps you become more efficient, then
Hey, if my cubes won't
Hey.
make me powerful, then
We love Euro players here. It just so happens that some has more different preference than Euro
preference.
games.
There you go.
no, I mean to each their own. You play what you want to play. It's just when someone says 2 hours of doing the same thing, just there's this list of titles that run through my head, and they all have a common theme.
Okay,
Birds.
Ronnie, what is your input? Save us, Ronnie.
She's gonna run with it.
she's gonna add even more fuel.
No, 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 no. Okay, next. Okay, for my next entry, I think for games that have like mukha siyang sandbox, pero at the end of sabihin natin phase 1 na magsuscoring phase na, meron ka palang isang hindi nagawa na maging effect is parang naging punishing na siya. For example, yung in the Year of the Dragons. So parang ito na yung strategy mo, ito na yung follow mo. Tapos hindi ka nag-focus on the war thing, calamity. Tapos at the end of scoring, minus 10 points ka, ganun.
All of you needs to respond to the
Okay.
to a specific calamity. So it's like
Okay.
Uh,
I know what you're saying. There's this game that I love. It's a Euro game, but I sadly had to sell it. It's Shakespeare. Shakespeare has 3 tracks, and if you let go of one track, it's gonna be punishing for your score. So as much as possible, you have to balance those 3 tracks as much as possible. But I get what you're saying. There are some games that you are so good at your strategy, but if you ignore one track or one slight rule of the game or a small rule of the game, but it will punish you in the end.
Yeah,
That's so annoying.
Some games put in like a balancing mechanic, but sometimes you ask yourself that question that like I don't want to have anything to do with that. Like I just want to do what I want to do. Like why do I have to worry about fighting other people?
Yeah.
Like take for example,
I wanna
take
earn
for
money.
example the game Scythe. Technically, you can win the game Scythe without engaging in any of the 2 conflicts
Yes.
that you're required to do. But imagine if they made it a requirement. They just like, but I didn't get any mechs and I don't want to fight.
It's gonna be
Farm.
difficult,
it's not the farm.
and it really
For the entry gamer, it's like sushi go, and you forgo the
The
what do you call
dessert
that?
thing.
Dessert.
The
Yeah.
pudding, yeah. Like this is at the end. I don't need this, and then there's no more pudding. You're like, how much penalty? Minus 10 points. I don't know. You're like, oh, I needed pudding.
Yeah, the way actually that's a really good example. The way that it's worded is that the person with the least and the most, right, have like their points, and like if you look at the manual, it says that people who have none are counted. You're like, wait, I didn't want to have anything to do with that. It's like, but I need to have at least one.
But he got all the pudding.
right. Hey, wait. Ron's arguing. Ron's a Euro gamer. Some thematic games can become repetitive
Oh
slugs.
hell yes! Oh hell
Oh yeah,
yes!
yeah, that's true.
It's just again, if we had to graph it and maybe do a percentage, I'd think that it would lean towards one side.
Okay, Kyo, your turn. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you.
All right.
All right, Kyo.
Speaking of Smash Up, and this is my personal
We're
preference.
really beating this game up. And I loved Smash Up for
Hey,
so long.
I'd play Smash Up too if you bring
Hey,
it out.
I
We're
have
gonna
the
play it.
big geeky box until I stop.
Same.
Diba? I mean, why would they need another box with only one entry in it?
There's
Anyways,
there's even a bigger box.
A bigger,
There's a
bigger box.
bigger,
geekier
geekier box. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna spend
Alright.
2,000 for one box. Anyways,
This is a
Anyways,
box with foam inside.
if I wanted the fancy box, I'll tell Lazada to give me, we call that, all that wrapping all over and not paint it. Anyways, it's draw at the end of your turn. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, we talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
Why?
Buddy,
Why
please,
is
just
that
go for
such
it.
a crime?
Okay.
What
The
difference
stigma
does draw at the
of-
beginning of the turn and end turn?
Okay.
What's the difference?
As a thing, for some reason, and I understand too, actually, there's a reason why it's at the end. So you can actually plan ahead prior to your turn, right? Now, it goes opposite a little bit more when you're ahead. And plus the stigma of players of our age, we like to draw on our turn. We want to know what we're gonna get on our turn, not after I do everything and then I see, oh, I have options pala after my turn. Like, if I got this ahead, if I knew that I had this, I would have done something else, right?
But you can do that on the next turn.
Wala na yung cards eh.
But someone already went ahead of you as a thing, right? You want your okay. Again, this is just my preference as someone who's almost 40 years old.
Who's 40? Who's almost 40? No one. Okay, go.
Yeah, almost is not 40.
No one. Go on, Kyo. Moving on.
Anyways, the thing is, when you have that card in your hand on your turn at the beginning of your turn, you can plan out better, which I'm used to. I'm sure most of you guys are also used to that.
Of course.
I get on my turn, I plan ahead, I know what I have. But if I have, okay, I use these cards right now, and then when I draw, I'm like, wow, why do I get this just now? And I have to wait everybody's turn till by the time it comes to me, my combo's useless. Like, oh, I can use this. But this guy and this guy did that, and I'm like, nope, this is useless to me now. So I have to wait. I have to spend my cards again to draw at the end of my turn. Again, that's my preference. I understand why there's some games have that draw at the end, but again, that's my own pet peeve. Draw at the end of your turn. Summoner Wars is like that.
Yeah,
Summoner
I know.
Wars.
I don't like playing that.
There are actually.
Yeah, you-
I mean, I get the pet peeve because of just being used to drawing at the start of your turn.
Yeah.
There are games that have that mechanic to sort of refill your hand, and so that you can plan your next turn. And so, okay, Smash Up is just pure chaos. So that might
That
be a
doesn't
terrible.
count. That's-
It
you
might
play
be a bad
Smash Up to have
example,
fun.
but there are other games also that at the end of your turn, you're allowed to discard as many cards as you want to redraw and like
Deck
kind of
builders.
sculpt
Deck
your
builders.
hand.
Yeah.
No, well, the deck builder is anything unused, but you typically just use everything you have anyway. But yeah, I think it's really more of just it breaks the rule, and that's sort of why it becomes annoying because all of the other games I can think of have you draw at the start of your turn.
Exactly. See? Javi gets me.
You're both
No, this
playing
is
the
like
same
this is
game.
sort of. But when you imagine when you have to unlearn things that you're used to with other games. Like one example is Keyforge. You have to unlearn certain things that you know from other games in order to enjoy it, because it has its own rules.
Why are you laughing, Morgan?
We were just talking. Exploding Kittens is like that.
Table
See?
unicorns came from Philippines.
But if you get the kitten ahead of time, then, okay, I'm dead. Next game. But no, you have to wait till everybody turns, and then only when it's at the end of the turn, then you realize that, oh, I lose. What the heck, man? Diba? Oh, I get the exploding kitten at the end of my turn. I did so many things to get everybody ganyan. At bigla, when I draw, I get the exploding kitten.
Exploding Kittens.
Like, so I spent what 15 minutes thinking of my strategy. Oh, I'm not gonna get the exploding kitten. But lo and behold, you get the exploding kitten, and okay, I'm gone. I'm out of the game. Do that. The only reason why I would draw
Wow, this
at the
really
end,
cuts deep, bud. Wow.
the only reason why I would draw at the end of my turn is if I'm practicing the game. I'm like, oh, what would I get? Oh, okay, okay. So I start it again. What would I get? Oh, there. Now I know. There. See? Only during practice. Not during the game. It sounds funny, but you know,
No,
from someone who
no,
came
we
from Magic the
get you.
Gathering.
We get you. We're laughing at the pain that this mechanic
Yeah.
has caused you.
It cuts deep, man.
Never,
Shows where
never,
it hurt you.
never once did any of my players, young or old, did they actually draw properly at the end of their turn. Only when it's their turn, they always say, "Did I draw?"
I forgot. Can I draw now?
Hey, Morgan gets me. He knows this angst. Did I draw? And then syempre, as the owner of the game, you're like, okay, sige, go ahead, draw. But in reality, that's supposed to be my cards.
That's why he hates
Siguro sa
it.
Magic, Eric, if you're a Magic player, you always play your land at the first. On your
Yes,
first-
yes. You do at the first. Kasi you
No.
need your mana to handle your...
Sorry, sirs. I beg to differ.
Okay.
Said the control player.
Sorry po, may second main phase po ah.
So yeah,
Gave
drawing
up
at the
20
end.
years ago.
You know,
Drawing at the end.
Naalala ko lang yung ano eh. Naalala ko lang yung
one
ba ako
game
ng-
I would bring up that might help clear that up for you is like, have you ever played Black Fleet?
No.
With you, Javi.
So every turn you take with Black Fleet is you play a card and it tells you how many spaces you can move. And it also indicates at the end of turn how many cards you're drawing back. So it is like clearly written on the card that how much you're getting back. So and that might be like you might need reminders for people. This is sort of like, like Magic teaches people to put a coin on top of their deck just to remind them that they have something to do before they draw.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
an upkeep or something
Or
like
keep
that.
that.
Or let's say if
Hello,
it's an
Topper
end of
Jane.
turn draw, like you put a marker or a die on top of your deck, and every end of turn, it's like remember. Like,
You might want
'Cause
to
we all
overplay
can't
it if
remember
you
right
don't have
away.
enough.
We have
Ah,
selective
Tama
amnesia.
din si Wilson. Yeah.
all right. Okay. Whew, thank you, Kyo.
yeah, okay. That one took that. I think that one took the episode. Congratulations, sir. You have won the episode.
Your turn.
Ako, sige ito. I don't want games wherein people can destroy my plans.
So Denmark destroys your
So,
plan.
so you don't want cooperative, but you want a competitive game that no one can
Pero
touch.
ayoko, oo.
Multiplayer solitaire.
What?
That sounds like a Euro.
I keep on telling her she's a Euro
Sounds like a
gamer.
Euro.
She's a Euro gamer at heart. She doesn't want to believe me. She's a Euro gamer at heart. She doesn't want to believe me.
Kasi ayoko yung pinag-isipan ko siya ng isang buong turn, tapos yung kalaban ko, meron siyang isang card or lang na ibibigay niya sa akin, nope, you're not doing that. Parang ganon. Okay.
You forgot, babe, you're not doing that.
Hey, it's not always me. It's not always me.
See,
If I
that's
want to
why-
sleep soundly at night, I don't
That's
do
why
that.
I play games like that and specifically say, leave me alone over and over again. Like, just don't bother me. Let me do my thing. Leave me alone. Like, I recognize you have the option, but just leave me alone.
She hates that. She hates
Parang
those games.
kahapon sa, ang tawag doon?
Wait, this is not my fault. Listen to this story. This is not my fault.
Yung,
It will be.
Mission Red Planet.
Mission Red Planet, 'di ba? Inisip ko talaga anong card ang titira ko na isasakay ko yung tatlo.
Yeah, she was playing the third one, the
Sasakay
All or
ko
Nothing.
yung tatlo na astronauts sa saktong card na pang tatlo. So, pwede na ako mag-launch, 'di ba? Yung brother namin, si Jordan, nag-play siya ng isang card na pasasabugin niya.
Saboteur, yeah, there you go. I was thinking,
Sasabugin.
pilot, oh, you're going to the moon.
Hindi. Mamamatay kayo. Parang ako,
Saboteur.
kaya ako pumunta doon. Kasi,
I feel your pain.
kasi, ang pupuntahan ko, yung area ni Denmark. Wherein, pag yung tatlo naglanding dun sa area ni Denmark, 4 ako versus 3. So, sabi ko, ano na, yung...
That's the plan.
Ano yung end na, magagather na ng resources?
Harvest.
Time na. Oh, ayun, pumotok ako.
Saboteur.
She hates
Oh,
that. She hates
man.
those things where
So, gusto ko naman ng competitive. No? Pero ayoko yung, wag... Gawin mo yung sarili mong diskarte. Wag mo akong
Don't mind me.
Don't mind me. Manalo ka ng sarili mo. Mananalo ko ng sarili ko. Parang ganon.
she does this sometimes when we're, of course, you get into the game, you wanna win, and then you look at what cards she has or what she's doing. You know what she's gonna do? She's gonna cover the whole thing. She's gonna do this, and she's like, ba't mo tinitingnan ko ano meron ako? And obvious naman yan eh. Nakalabas naman yan. Pwede mo tingnan. Huwag mo tingnan.
Di ba meron yung one time, tinaob ko yung mga cards ko, tapos sinabi mo, hindi babe, kailangan face up lahat yan.
If she could play Love Letter with all the cards she played face down, she would.
In 2 turns or less, I win.
That, it totally reminds me of another person that I've gamed with that, like you can check usually the discard pile of another player.
Yes, you can.
Can you hand me the rule book? Where does it say that you can look at my discard pile? Dude,
Ay, lahat
you gotta take a step back and not take this so seriously. But it doesn't say you can. So
Ron is saying, take that mechanics that is just play and execute feels lazy design. Randomly getting cards that just counter a player action feels unbalanced when there's no effort in acquiring the take that action.
yeah, sure. Actually, that does make sense. Let's say like take a game like Coup that you accumulate enough money and then you technically have to spend like some of it. Like if you get the 7 coins, you can automatically kill another player's character, sure. But in the middle of it, you can pay 3. But you also have to pretend to be an assassin. So it's either you're telling the truth, or if you're caught in a lie, it makes it even worse for you because you spent money and then you're gonna lose a member of your team. So yeah, I mean that makes sense. That just the sake of like, oh, I killed that just because I can, it doesn't really have any cost to it. It doesn't really make worth the effort that you can just wipe out what somebody spent turns building.
Shh, let's stop now. That's okay. I think I explained it well enough.
Red Planet, the card that comes to mind is the Space Zombie card, where everybody who's dead is yours.
No, it's everybody who's dead counts as points for you.
Exactly, it's yours. All everyone who's dead is yours.
No, only your colors.
Only your colors lang?
Yes.
Not
AJ,
everybody? Well, if
Sir,
everyone
you've been playing it wrong.
Hey, I'm winning. I'm winning. I want that zombie card again.
For the record, I was silent the whole time we were playing Mission Red Planet, so that didn't happen.
Says you.
But it doesn't say you can. I think Clint was referring to the checking the discard pile. Where does it say that you can? Right.
You may.
Okay. Jake was
Say
also
please.
supposed to be here. Hey, Jake. Jump in.
Jake!
All right. For my final one, maybe I'll do this as a combo because I think it will work. I think they're connected. So the first one is my second one, but first in this one that I'm saying are when you're playing this game, you learn the rules and then you struggle with the rule book. You try to play it the way that it's supposed to be. A month later, they issue an errata that so-and-so has been changed.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
Errata.
You learn everything else.
I deal with enough errata, so sure. I feel your
No,
pain.
I know Magic is errata heaven for people who
Yep.
wants errata.
They actually did it
But-
again just recently.
But in board games, you're supposed to present a game that's already finished, that's already balanced. And then people are trying to learn your game, find the best strategy for your game with the given, even though it's asymmetrical, with the given rules or different civilizations that you have, different powers that you have. Just when you were hitting it, people will come in and say, "Oh, look, they printed a new version of this game that says this is the errata. You're supposed to change this and change that." Specifically, that comes to mind is Tapestry. I hated the one where they had to print out the new set of civilization and the new rules. You've been playing it this whole time this way. Oh no, look, no, change it. It's not supposed to be that way. And my second one that's
Daming trigger
part
dito.
of that is the the expansion thing, where you're playing this game and then you have this you say this comment na, it would have been better if this did that, and then the owner of the game will say, wala pa yung expansion ko, nandun yun sa expansion, inayos nila yan sa expansion. I'm like, okay, this is a broken game. This is not a good game. So that's annoying for me. It's like we're trying to beat the game, learn the game, enjoy it. Boom, next day, sold Tapestry. No, but I hate hearing that. When someone says, sa expansion, inayos nila yan. Or kailangan mo ng expansion para maging okay so that the game will be better. Of course, expansions are meant to make the game better. I understand that. But if there is this part of the game that has to be changed, I think you shouldn't have released your game yet because of balancing issues. And it ruins that thing. For me. That's
One
my
example
personal-
that comes to mind is actually Rising Sun. When I got the game, I think just 1 or 2 months into it, they put out an FAQ because people had questions about how certain cards interacted with
Right.
each other. But it was just an FAQ to clarify certain cards. But you think they would have already included that in the rule book.
Yeah, but think of it this way. When you're playing the game and the players that you're playing with had this idea and they're gonna ask you about it and you can't find it in the rules, it sours the game. It grinds the game to a halt.
Totally,
and it's
totally.
so annoying when you made this rule so vague. Now everybody's gonna wait for us to resolve this. And then you resolve it, you house rule it, and sooner or later found out that, that was the wrong rule. That was the wrong decision on how you house ruled it. It makes the game so annoying for me. Clint was saying, Tapestry, the balancing rules changes just prove that it was not given enough time to be tested. Exactly,
really?
that's what I was saying. Right?
Unless the
So-
publishers pressured you into printing it right away, diba?
But then again, for me, it's a big turn off when they say that, you're not supposed to play that card that way. It's been errata. There's a new FAQ for that card. I'm like, I've been spending 3 turns trying to pull this off. And then you tell me that's not how it's supposed to be played? I don't
So
know.
you're
I
blaming
think
the other
it's-
guy. You
No, I
be
mean,
quiet.
You need to start playing Magic more.
I know. That's why I gave up Magic a
Yeah.
long time ago.
The amount of things that they backpedal and fix is just wow.
Right. So there, I don't know if you guys agree with me with what I'm saying about the erratas and
I
the
do, I do.
expansion
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
You guys can chime in.
Yeah,
I like
one
game-
example is
Yes, game.
yeah,
Okay,
one
go ahead,
example is one example is what happened with Vindication in the first print run. There is a specific tile na misprint talaga, and then there are also cards that are not has maybe wrong grammar, wrong wordings, and they just said, okay, we will just fix that on the next expansion. So yeah, now somehow you're forced to buy the expansion. What if you don't like the expansion, pero just to
Right.
have those tricks? So yun lang yung
Expansion
nakaka-
bloat.
Yeah,
Well,
expansion.
I'm trying to think of a game. There, like how Pandemic's expansion on the brink comes with stickers that you actually put on the game board, which
On the
I
that's
didn't
that's
buy
the,
On the
that's the
Brink.
purple virus.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But there is another game that I'm thinking of that because like I have the second edition of Nothing Personal. I know the very first edition of it, there was a problem with the board itself that they sent people stickers to fix the board.
That happened in pandemic 10th anniversary.
Okay,
Yes,
really?
there's this line that's disconnected in Pandemic 10th anniversary. There's supposed to be a line that's connecting displays,
Bangkok.
but
From
it's
Bangkok
not.
to
A single line. Good job.
Baka that's
But
the
it
Bermuda
makes-
Triangle.
But it makes a big difference. All right. Ron was saying rule books are a pain to make. The challenge is that in the process of designing and enhancing and optimizing a game, the updates are hard to cascade to the rules and components. Some companies are not big enough. Yes, copywriters are also players that can understand play. I understand. I'm just saying that sometimes it just turns me off when that happens. It rarely happens, but when it does, and I know it's really difficult to make rule books, translation, making people understand what you want them to do and how it's supposed to go, that's really difficult, especially making it verbal is difficult already, and then you're gonna write it down, then it's gonna be more difficult. No, I understand that, but sometimes
Hey, it's Jake.
it's just a turn off.
Sup, man?
Well, I've
So
said,
bad.
I've said what
I'm-
I needed to say about rule books, so I'm good.
I
Jake.
understand that, Ron. I do.
I'm on TV. What's up?
Please tell us that you have some contributions today.
Look, Ma, I made it.
You know what? I made it on TV. You know, I made notes and nagpolo pa ako for this. O, tima, nagpolo ako.
Wow, thank
Wow!
you very much.
Grabe.
Prepared.
Nagpolo ako. Gusto kong maging presentable. Sorry. go on. Ano, kailangan ba may contribution ako?
We're finished.
Well,
but
actually,
we would
yeah,
like to
we
hear.
just finished our list. So, is there certain things that you find in games that kind of puts you off from wanting to play it again?
Shucks. Alam mo, Meron, I made the list kanina when Denmark messaged me. And when I was listening to you guys, you were talking about the game. But I have one interesting thing that turns me off in a game. So I'm gonna
Oh, do
share it
tell.
now. Have you experienced this na na-turn off ka sa game from playing it because you were playing it with somebody who's really, really good in the game?
Oh, okay. That you got like demolished by them.
Exactly.
No, fair
exactly.
enough. I mean, no, that's. I guess it's more of a player experience, but
But we can
Exactly.
relate. We all can relate.
yeah.
Kemet.
Exactly. like I played Lords of Waterdeep with someone who was playing the app every day for like 6 months. And then I
so
played,
sad.
sabi ko, oh, let's play Lords of Waterdeep. That's a good like light gateway. That's fun, etc. And he like went around the board twice versus me. So I was like, I don't want to play Lords of Waterdeep again. I'm okay.
Oh, it's Lord of Waterdeep, no S.
Yeah, exactly.
There can only be one.
Yeah, exactly. Medyo memorable yun. Memorable. So that's one thing that I wrote here.
Lord of Waterdeep.
Nakaka-turn off yun, man. I mean, I guess in general, if you're playing with
Parang feeling
someone...
mo ang dam-dam mo talaga, no? Na wala ka talagang kwentang tao. 2 beses kanya nalap. Parang lahat na natutunan mo sa buhay, wala pala.
Or ano, hindi mo alam na tournament. Tournament ba itong sinilihan ko?
Baba-baba na natingin mo sa sarili mo.
Saan yung sign up? Tournament ba to?
Hey, this game is supposed to be fun.
Yeah. I don't know. Yun yung isa kong end. I was gonna say sana as contribution. The other thing I wrote here is actually, I don't know. I'm sure somebody mentioned this, long rule books. Like I hate.
Oh,
long
there you
rule
go,
books.
Javi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See again. Well, long rule book is fine. My input was more about how it's designed, or that if it just doesn't get to the point. Like I play games that have like glossaries in the end for abilities and stuff, which is fine. There's even like a summary of the game phases. But you like on the second page, it tells you that it will be discussed in page 15. When you get to 15, it references another page that you already passed. And it doesn't even answer the
It's your own
question.
adventure
Like,
rule book.
D&D
Yeah.
Player's Handbook.
Or yung mga rulebook na bullets without pictures, yung parang gano'n. Yung mga GMT rulebooks. Yung mga gano'n, grabe yun. Pag parang magbabasa ng legal documents, parang after di ba? Yung uwi ka na lang, galing ka sa work, tapos pagdating mo, parang kontrata rin to.
May fine print pa yan.
May fine print pa, may footer, may appendix.
May asterisk sa dulo.
May errata pa, di ba? So,
See? Erratas! Exactly!
Errata,
Sabi ni
so-
Clint, my third entry is if a game can be broken, it turns me off. If a game has a meta and it can 90% lead you to victory, I call it
Yan.
broken and I would play it less than other games. Blood Rage!
no, please. No, that's why.
You know, wait.
That's
Lord
why
of
drafting
Waterdeep can be
My
broken.
issue with Blood Rage and the Loki strategy is that it changes the whole game for everyone. Because
Yeah.
of that Loki strategy, you have to adapt. It's supposed to be Blood Loki Rage. Because once someone does the Loki strategy, it changes, the whole situation changes for everyone. Now everyone needs to hate draft. Now everyone needs to not kill you and forfeit their own strategy.
You know what it just needs? It just needs 2 players to try it. When the 2 of them
No,
play tug of war
that's
for
my
the Loki
point.
cards, they're
Playing by
never gonna
yourself.
build
That's
it.
my point.
It just
They're
needs
changing the
2
whole
guys
game.
having the same idea, and everyone else can make fun of them for the next 90 minutes.
Ron says he doesn't like resolution
Oh my
tables
God.
that has too many terms.
Oh yes. Okay, that all right, now that the fight is done, then we do this and we do this. It's just like the fight is done.
Decision tree.
That kind of does touch with some mechanics that doesn't make sense for me. Like Rising Sun has reparations. You win a fight and then now you have to pay your opponent. You're like, no. You take your defeat, you go home. I'm not giving you anything.
That's Rising Sun, right?
Yes.
That's right. What's the game? Oh no, wait, no. Warface, para sobrang. I don't know what that game is.
Dude, Cry Havoc. You know, Cry Havoc has like 3 phases before a fight is done. In the middle of it, you can
reactions.
throw in support and other things. It's just like, I already won.
Hey Luvin, thank you for choosing us over Kanban EV. Although that rulebook is held too.
Oh my god. Oh my
It's
god.
a Vita Lacerda game, right?
Yes.
My gosh,
Diba?
it's a very long game.
He said, I don't want to miss
Enjoy.
VP. I hate it. So he hates VP. He's watching us. Hey, you know, I salute you, Luvin.
Thank you for
I know
being
you-
honest.
You don't get that much here. I hate it. Yes. Can't please everybody.
Anything else? Anything else, Jake? Pahabol? May naisip ka pa?
Well, next time. Ibang polo naman dadaling ko para pag nagano. pag nandito ako kasi baka para hindi maubos yung contribution ko. Lang ako.
Okay. Anyone else? Last hits from your short list? Anything that didn't cross over?
Sure. Wait, I did have a third one that I'm trying to remember.
All right. Morgan, Ronnie, Kyo, last hits.
Maybe siya.
Ako okay lang. Yung for the polyomino games, yung mga Tetris games. I don't know if I'm just being OC. Naiirita ako kapag hindi sila
Hindi sila fit.
Doesn't fit together.
Yung may pasok.
yung may pasok.
Isle of Cats.
At saka kapag nausog mo lang yung table, yung parang nagugulo na siya. Yung parang yung Castles of King Lud.
Mad
King
King
Ludwig. Yes.
My
So,
God. All right.
parang,
Yung pag naurong ng tiyan yung table, pag naurong ng tiyan, yun. Tumanda. Alam mo si Morgan may mahilig to magsamgyupsal, nakikita ko lagi. Kaya
Ay, sorry.
I'm trying to remember. There is a game that I played before that when one of the players stood up, I don't know if they tripped or something, that they nudged the whole table.
Oh
And
my
just
god.
the collective face of all like 5 other players, like, no, you didn't just do that. Like, for the rest of the, it's like shame.
Get your ass down. Sit down. And don't do that
Morgan,
again.
last hits. Kyo, last hits.
Enemy AI has unfair advantage. I don't know what what came into mind. Yeah, that's what I got. Enemy AI has unfair advantage. One game that comes to mind is Gears of War, the board game. Holy moly, the AI is creepy. You're like, okay, I move 1. The enemy moves 5. You're like, no, wait. I haven't even put my gun out, and you're throwing grenades at me.
I think that kind of touches also the point. I think Morgan made a slow progression that you're only moving like 1 or 2 steps, and you're going up against something that is just unbeatable.
Yeah,
Every
exactly.
Cthulhu game.
Cthulhu game.
Every Cthulhu game. You, Morgan, last hit.
I'm good.
You're
Gusto ko
good.
marinig si Jake eh. Alam mo, meron pa to eh.
I want to hear Jake. I want to hear Jake right up to.
Wala pa ako isa sinulat dito pero feel ko na-discuss na to eh.
That's okay.
Ito
Go.
serious turn off ko to. Like ito yung una ko naisip. Like there are some games, especially Euros, na it's like it's mechanics upon mechanics and it's just spinning wheels. That's a term for it. Na parang you go through like 5 steps in order to get a VP. Like you know what I mean?
One VP.
Yeah,
One
you work for it. You work for it.
One VP.
It's like I turned this corn into gold and gold into silver and then it goes to converter and then
Is
1
this
point.
glass road?
1 point.
And I
Tapos ang final score nyo, 1, 5, -2, 3.
May utang ka pa sa game.
Naikutan ka pa,
I hate that.
nalap ka pa niya.
There's this game I remember specifically for this example. It's called Magnum Sal. I played it like years ago. The theme was mining salt in the mines. It was like the worst theme. It's like you go down into the mines. So merong mechanism wherein you have to go down step by step down the mine. May mechanism where you mine the salt. May mechanism wherein you go up the mine. And then there's a mechanism wherein you sell the salt. It's like, yay, VP, pagkatapos. So,
Tama pala eh. Salty talaga yung game na yun.
oh, eh. So I was like, this isn't very fun. This isn't very fun. So
VP, 2 hours later, 1 point.
yeah. So that was my first example actually. Yung mga games where you just
Salty.
spin wheels. I hate that.
Salt talaga eh. Asing
Salt
talaga
talaga
ano eh.
Alat.
Alat
No,
eh.
mention the other
Iba-iba
one.
pa yung kulay ah. May
Benmark.
mechanism pa siya na iba-ibang kulay yung salt. May itim na salt, may puti na salt, etc. So I'm like,
Variety.
Then
You-
random pa nung makuha mong kulay.
Ikaw,
hate this.
Rogin, anong sa'yo? Last hits.
I have one.
Kwento
So
yan,
this didn't make my list, but I think it is a little important that there are certain games that are really built to be like tight. Like there's only a certain number of spaces, so everyone's fighting for like your spot to do what you want to do, and you make a single mistake and that's it. There's no chance of you winning the game anymore. That it's just too punishing. I'm okay with playing these games from time to time, but the reason why I don't like going back to it is that the people I teach these games to don't want to play it again. Like
Because of that sour experience.
They don't enjoy the experience because if they don't know the meta strategy or the most optimal route, they're gonna get left behind guaranteed.
Lord of Waterdeep, ganyan
Lap
yung Lord of
twice.
Waterdeep.
Lap twice.
You don't get that 4 points, wala na. Kawawa naman cleric mo, walang kwentang cleric.
No, like I had my experience with this. I was playing what was there? Well, there was a particular Euro that I played where you get like Indigo and so, which is one of those games that kind of also
San Juan, Puerto Rico.
where Puerto Rico. Then I kind of just made a mistake and I set myself up, and so the rest of the game was, I was just dragging behind all the other players, and you can't make any changes. The moment you put like one of those things down, that's permanent. It's a little too punishing for someone getting into the game. Now, if you play it enough times and stuff, you practice on an app or whatever, sure. I'm sure that people can
You get to
enjoy
learn
just
people's
like how
voice.
finely tuned and efficient they can play it. But it's a pet peeve of mine because it pushes away new players from enjoying the game.
Right. It's ours.
Well, one thing I will add to that point, Avi, though, those games, I also hate that. But generally, they become better if they're shorter. Like yung games wherein it's very punishing, it feels better if it's over in like 10 minutes, 30 minutes, right? So at
That's
least...
a very punishing game.
No. That's my point. Kasi na-eliminate ka na.
point.
Na-eliminate ka na 10 minutes ka lang.
Naglaro ka pa no?
No,
Umali
when
ka
the
pa.
entire game ends in 30 minutes, it's a bit more palatable, I think. It's really
Right.
bad in games that are like 2 hours and then you don't have any chance to catch up. You
Yes.
lost the game in the first 30 minutes. The next
You
1.5
invested
hours,
so
you're
much
just...
time and you're like, oh no, in round 1 you should have done this.
Ano
Yeah,
ka,
that's-
audience. Wow, ang ganda ng game.
Ang ganda ng game. Meron kaming ganyang game, naglaro kami ng Coimbra. Nalala ko yan. Sino bang kasama ko nun? Si Ron, sino bang kasama ko nun? Someone. Basta 4-player game siya. Tapos sabi namin pagkatapos mag-Coimbra, wow, para tayo nagdalawang 2-player game ng Coimbra. Kasi yung dalawa, so yung taas na nila, tapos kami yung dalawa nasa baba. So parang nagdalawang...
Silang dalawa lang naglalaro. Silang dalawa lang.
2-in-1 game.
Fight
So
for
maraming
third place.
Hindi kami nag 4-player game, nagdalawang 2-player game kami ng Coimbra. That's the worst.
Sige. Regine, ikaw naman. Your last hits.
Ayoko lang yung mga scary na minis.
Oh, okay. So
Ah,
specifically sa theme, okay.
Scary
Oh,
minis.
na-
Ano yung
You
scary
realize the
example?
person
Example.
beside you
Lalaruin
tends
ko.
to
Kulang
play
ng
those
wing.
Lulu-based minis.
Lalaruin ko naman pero parang hindi ako nag-enjoy. Mas nag-enjoy ako kapag cute yung mga
Yung root nga, hindi mo nagustuhan eh.
So,
Minis ba yun?
you're looking for a game that is cute, competitive, that no one can bother you.
Exploding kittens.
Please try Way of the
Walang
Panda.
minis yun.
Way of the Panda.
Yung Teddy Bear Adventure Game. Ano yung tawag dun?
Stuff Fables.
Stuff Fables.
Mm. But that's
Ano yung
cool.
scary? Ano yung scary? Ano yung example ng scary minis, for example?
Yung bended na.
Court of the Dead is behind her, and Cthulhu
Abby.
Death May Die.
It's your game, she's saying.
Which
May
one?
game siya yung malalaki yung yung ganyan kalalaki yung...
Malalaki yung mini? Parang walang sense yun.
Oh,
Malaki
Massive
yung mini.
Darkness.
Hindi siya mini.
Massive Darkness.
Kasi ang laki niya!
Right.
Ay, parang monsters sila.
Rising Sun.
That might be
Yung
Rising
Dragon.
Sun, or might be Massive Darkness.
Blood Rage, Massive Darkness, pwede din.
Basta yung mga may malalaki, tapos may iba pinipaint pa yon ganyan.
Ah, well, mine are
ang
unpainted.
ang ganda ng pagka-paint, ganyan. Sinasabi mo yun eh. Pero, babe, tingnan mo, yung kulay. Ang ganda, talagang
Grabe.
kuha niya. Tapos ako parang, walang
Pangit
appeal
eh.
sa akin.
Pangit eh.
Scary eh, scary. Yeah.
Scary.
Ayan,
Yung-
tsaka ayoko ng super habang games.
Anong ibig sabihin ng
Yung
mahabang game?
games. Yung 2 oras
Haba
na kayo.
naman.
1 hour, 2 hours.
Ay, matagal na sa akin ng 1 oras.
Ah, okay. There
Kasi
you go.
kailangan matalo ko na si Javi after ng...
Try. I'm
first
perfectly
30
fine
minutes
being
ko.
this sort of standard that she needs to meet and try to meet. So, all good. Wait. Sorry.
What is this?
Huh? Dun, 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 dun.
All right. So that was it. Our turn-offs while playing games. A certain game, but we would like to say that all the games that we mentioned are really good games. It's just that some of those
Yes.
games
Sure.
just do not
They're
click
great
with our,
games.
with our personalities or with our preferences, but they are really good games. If you like those games, go on, play them, enjoy them, especially Lords of Waterdeep. That's a very good game.
Lord,
The Lord of
Lords.
Oh, wala.
Hoy, Jeff, kung nanonood ka, Jeff, hindi na ako naglaro ng Lords of Waterdeep dahil sa'yo, Jeff.
Dropping
Ay, siya pala yun?
Anyway, Jeff.
Or if you like bird games, go on, enjoy the games that you
Yes.
like
Play
to
your
play.
bird
These are
games.
just our preferences, and hopefully we entertained you, especially going to Holy Week. But we would like to thank our guests,
ECQ.
Morgan, Roni, Kyo, Jake. Thank you for joining us. Please be safe during ECQ, which will
Likewise.
extend.
Thank you,
until-
Rujin. He didn't mention you.
Because she's part of it.
Mainstay daw ako eh.
ECQ there's news that it's gonna be up until the end of the month. So we have our board games. Please be
End of
safe.
the month, 2 days na lang yun, Chong.
I think you
I'm
need
sorry,
to
end of the next
April.
month. End of the next
April.
month. I'm so sorry.
April.
Right. So we have your games. You can play your games with family, spend time with them during this time, and please be safe. Stay away from places that are dangerous. Where there are
Dangerous.
lots of viruses. But
Scary
again,
minis. Stay away from scary minis.
Scary minis.
big minis.
Yung ganyan kalaki na mini.
We would like to thank you for joining for the last almost 2 hours. Thank you for hanging
Yeah.
out with us. And until then, Ron will be back. But till next time, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, keep gaming.
Bye. Play more old games. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.